Welcome to Fearful Symmetry. I'm your DM, Erin M. Evans. I'm the author of the Brimstone Angels saga and the Books of the Usurper, of which the first book, Empire of Exiles, came out exactly 1 year ago today.
Woo.
So are you caught up? Before we get started, though, I'm going to tell you about our sponsor. Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms is a strategy game that unites iconic Dungeons & Dragons characters from novels, campaigns, and popular shows into one epic adventure, which includes Frida, Havilar, and Mehen from the Brimstone Angels saga. The game is available for PC and Mac on Steam and Epic, Xbox One, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, iPad, iPhone, and on all Android devices. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you will find a code there for an Electrum chest.
Actually, Erin, it's actually near the top of the screen now. Because as people may or may not have noticed, we have a new overlay. Ta-da!
I'm
Yeah,
so
see
well
this.
done.
I'm so pleased. I love how this looks, Yang Yang. Thank you.
You should, because you made it. Everybody made this new overlay. Everyone made this new overlay.
A
It's
couple
beautiful.
tries. It took a couple tries.
It's
You're
beautiful.
Oh. You can also type exclamation point code into the chat and get a version you can copy and paste right into your game. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should check them out at idlechampions.com.
Hey, I'm Rhiannon Held. I'm a professional archaeologist, and I write urban fantasy is Rhiannon Held, and space opera is RZ Held. I play Artemisia, and I have 2 dice partners to tell you about. Norse Foundry specializes in metal dice. You roll that feels like you're skillfully smashing the rigid armor of the monster horde. You can find their dice and accessories at norsefoundry.com. Phoenix Dice is named for the creature that rises from the ashes because they use all recycled materials. You can find their dice and accessories at phoenixdice.com.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Yang Yang Wang, and I play Stong MacGuck, the barrel-chested, barrel-wearing, bread-throwing, very hairy heir to the Murder Bear tribe. I don't know how many people joined us this last weekend for our Extra Life charity drive, but thank you everyone who did. We are just $500 away from our $3,000 goal, and I think we did amazing for the day. You weren't there. If you weren't there and you couldn't check out any of the cool one-shots that we ran throughout the day, we've got those up as VODs, either like on the Twitch channel or at our YouTube.
Yeah, that really was fun. Yang Yang deserves massive credit for how many hours? 20, probably 20 hours in the chair.
All I'm gonna say is that my chair is shaped like yes.
Your butt.
Yep.
Well, yeah. But thank you, Yang Yang. We had a great time. And I do notice that donations are still coming in. I'm getting notifications every now and then that people are still donating to my page. So $500 is going to get whittled down, I think, over the days. I'm Stephen Merlino. I play Sturge, diviner and rogue, who is sharpening his blade for what must come soon.
I'm Trevor Bettis. I'm the writer of Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, and I'm playing Florin Morn, who's 100% a warlock and is in deep, deep trouble.
Yeah, things didn't go so great for Florin last time. So just as a quick recap, you guys finished off Florin's Pale Shadow and returned to Ilia's tower. You brought along with you the Cyricist that Florin's Shadow had captured, and also his patron, Llorkh the Cambion. Two of you were cursed by what you found out from Thamior, Kalis' brother, was a Droudnu that you have been and will continue to call, as you declared, staple demons. So first things first, you had to deal with that madness. Artemisia went to a cleric of Shantea, who had one greater restoration available, and she managed to convince Artemisia she was not actually pregnant from staying in the same room as Florin. Starge went back to the High Heart Order of Sunni, who once again cured him and once again hid him in the fields. Then you guys bought some poison and some saddlebags. and went back and found out from Ilya 2 things. One, that he has, in assessing how you're going to get back out of here, realized that the way you came in was not resealed so much as blocked. And that sort of has made you kind of brought into question how much time is actually passing here. And then the other thing is that Thamior told you the Drodnu were children of Pale Night, and he went and looked up some stuff about Pale Night. The other thing I should mention is that Llorkh brought up the myth of the Rising Prince, which is something that the Cyrocist has been yammering about, and he told you Florence Pale Shadow believed in this and thought he could become the Rising Prince, and that would be his way out of here. And Ilya confessed that he has long thought there is some kind of entity at the center of this world. Also, Artemisia gave Florin a present. Florin confessed that he has read Artemisia's letter lists to Fiscaris, which she never wanted anyone to ever see. And the fallout is still happening. There is trouble in paradise. So that seems like a good place to pick up, because Florin, you are in another room while the 3 of you are talking to Ilya. What's going on with Florin?
Contemplating his life decisions. Take an inventory. Just sitting and being a real sad boy. I don't really know a better way to put it.
Yeah, that was some good being honest, and it kind of blew back at you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I there's probably a little voice in the back of his head that is like, this is why you lie all the time.
Oh.
Yeah, dummy. If you'd asked Sturge, he could have told you that.
Oh, so you hear the door open, and it draws your attention. I wonder who Florin is expecting to come through the door.
Who is it that came in last time? Someone came in to talk to him last
Sturge?
session. Was it Sturge?
He was
Oh,
the
yeah.
last one.
Yeah, I think Flora would just be like, Sturge, I don't want to talk right now.
But it's not Sturge, it's Llorkh.
Oh.
Hey, steps inside. Fortunately, I did not decide Stephen that your character was going to do something.
No, it's just that it had to be Dad.
Yes, of
Well,
course.
son, you really stepped into time.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Okay.
We've all had that conversation.
Actually, no, I think when Florence sees that it's Llorkh, he's just, please tell me you're not gonna try and do this dad advice about love and relationships.
I was going to ask you what you did. Whether you needed.
He's just rubbernecking like in a car accident.
I suppose it's sort of advice. If you need help fixing it.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, hearing those words come out of a Cambion is ominous. But
What are we for but to fix problems?
Yeah, it's the
You all
way
need us.
though. No, I read things that I shouldn't have and lied about it because I didn't know what to do, and then we got real big feelings, and I told her the truth, and I hadn't told her the truth before we got the real big feelings, and I really should have done that. Now she's pissed at me.
Ah, got it. You laid all your cards out before you knew what you were aiming for.
Yeah,
That's a
something
common
like that.
mistake. Lying is always going to bite you in the ass. But that doesn't mean you tell everybody everything. But at least now you know
Yeah.
this isn't a good idea.
What's not a good idea? The lying, or?
This is why you don't get involved like that. You just met these people, didn't you tell me that?
Yeah, it's been a short amount of time.
And as established, you have a way to get out. Now, you've already decided you're not doing that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna leave them here.
But you have the option. I'm just saying. And as established, you could take someone with you.
Oh, do you want that to be you?
It would be a lie if I said I didn't want to get out of this shithole. But it's your key. And since no
What
one
would
here
you
knows who
do
I-
if you got to the other world?
That's a wonderful question. I've never been there, so I couldn't say.
Would you
Assume.
find the other you?
There's a certain symmetry to that.
I mean, granted, I guess the best way for me to find him is with you, because you might know where. That's a weird one for me.
There's a complexity to that. Do I know what my lie is? I don't think any of us know. You met that one out there, and he's obviously indicating Ilya.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know his. Did you know his? What is
Not
it called? The
well.
progenitor?
From what I gathered, she lied about being him for quite a while, and so.
And was he surprised to find out that his progenitor is some mouthy warlock?
Not as surprised as I thought he would, but yeah.
He sort of moved on from it. He was surprised, but he
Like,
was sort of like, okay, fine, weird.
It was a fast processing.
You're gonna do what you're gonna do. But if I were you, I would get out.
Yeah,
'Cause it's
but
only gonna
that's.
get messier.
I know, and I don't. Yeah, you're right. I don't know these people very well. I like to think that I do, because they are surprisingly openly honest about things, which is different for me. But I wouldn't feel good just abandoning them when shit got tough.
I guess the question is, do they feel the same way?
You know what's weird? I don't care, because this is what I would do in this situation. I wouldn't leave them. I wouldn't abandon these people. If they would abandon me, that's their deal.
Does that work out for you well in the other world?
No, not often, but
Well,
I can't seem to not be like this.
sometimes there are lessons we must learn many times.
I'm
I'll
gonna
leave
keep
you.
learning it.
I'll leave you to your.
What was the leaving the dad advice? Was that what that was gonna be?
I think that's just common sense.
Oh, okay. No,
Did you need dad advice?
I don't know what that is, honestly. So no, I think I'm all set.
Neither do I. I don't have a father.
I mean, to be
I
fair,
do.
I didn't really either.
He's somewhere, but I turned out fine. I'm sure
That's
you
a
will too.
weird thing to relate to your father on. Sorry, I have to say this one out loud. That would be like me finding my donor and him being like, "Oh yeah, I'm also a donor kid too." That would just be so many layers of weird.
Yeah, that would.
But yeah, Florid will just, if he's on heading out, he won't stop him. He's just
Yeah,
gonna sit
he's
for
gonna
a bit.
gonna slide out of there. All right. The three of you, Ilya has just sort of pointed out in this book the visage of Pale Night and identified her as an Oberith demon lord, an entity of madness. So, just gonna put that out there. You should not mess around with this thing, I think.
Can you review for me real quick everything that we've learned about this rising prince? So,
Oh.
in order to be a crowned candidate, it could be somebody, it could be anybody. It doesn't have to be the rising prince.
I don't know, man. Like, okay, so here's what I know. You are the progenitors. We are shadows. Something is creating the shadow. I think it is actually something this world is built around. right? There is energy in this world and magic. I know it's backwards from how a real shadow works, but it's... Look, we're important too. That's the point. But you bring me this story of this rising prince idea, right? So I wonder if that is actually supposed to be the energy focus of this plane. So if you can become it, maybe you are absorbing that energy. Maybe you're like more like a vessel or an avatar is my thought.
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to figure out if we can, if we know anything about what would qualify one to be an avatar or vessel, because, I can't be the only one. If we identify others.
Well, okay, here's the question. Why did the Drowned think you should maybe be the Rising Prince? Did you offer them something? You killed one? That doesn't seem like a big deal. You guys killed other ones. Did you kill it in a special way?
I don't know if we've ever killed them before.
That was the first time.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Was it very hard to kill? Or was it like you crushed them all?
Not really.
Okay.
I can see.
And there's a thing, this your friend Florence Shadow guy, he was trying to become the Rising Prince according to the hot guy with the wings.
Yeah, he's trying to do it by bribing them.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's offering them you guys and the weirdo that's locked in my closet. And this is the trade-off. And this, if he gives these things to the white lady, he thinks he will become the Rising Prince. Okay. So one, some people think you can be the Rising Prince by buying off Pale Knight, which based on this very scanty evidence here, I think is a tricky business. But I guess that's a question. You can maybe be the Rising Prince by killing something. Did you do anything particularly cruel or particularly impressive or maybe particularly compassionate or like crazy, like madness? Because it sounds like she is very into the madness kind of part of being a demon lord.
You trapped them.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I felt like we did all those things, all those above.
Okay,
At
so
different
you're
times.
cruel, you're
Each
compassionate,
of us have.
you're crazy, you got the 3 C's.
Yeah.
I feel like, plausibly, maybe this is it. Maybe they're just like, hey, you really emphasize everything that our mistress is really into about people in general.
Okay.
She's really into people. She's a
Like,
real
she likes the ones that are cruel and compassionate. I don't understand that one though, man. That's confusing.
Cruel and compassionate. Yeah.
Cruel,
that's an interesting
compassionate, and
mix.
crazy. You told me you were all those things
At different times.
at different times. So maybe you have this right mix of vibes to impress the white lady.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
maybe also possible these Drano are not very smart. You gotta leave that out there as possibility.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's simply a matter of you kicking their ass and them thinking, well, I guess this fellow ought to be the next prince if he can beat us.
Maybe.
You really did make it look easy.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
I
So
feel like you're just asking for me to like really pummel you.
yeah, I guess I'm just concerned, like, if anybody can be a candidate for the Rising Prince, or if there are like certain conditions to be met. Because if we can limit, or if we can identify the limited number of candidates, then
Okay.
then we can maybe get a bargaining chip, or maybe even get one up on the
Yeah.
white lady.
Maybe. Oh, sorry. You
I'm
got
sorry,
questions.
but think, there are so many powerful people here. All of those, they're mighty people here. I mean, do we measure who's compassionate, crazy, and what was the other thing?
Cruel.
Cruel. Those aren't terribly rare qualities.
True. But
Are
all
we-
together.
Back to saving this world again. I mean, not that this world doesn't deserve saving, but Are
Yeah.
we the? Would it be better if we removed ourselves and then like it can go on as it did before?
I'm gonna just like throw out here something. This is a thing that needs to be figured out. Is like this thing with this rising prince is either, as stated, going to cause a big change and we will have this world but new, or it is going to cause a big change in that it is going to destroy this place. I personally would like to figure out what it is and stop it if it's a bad thing. So if you would help me with this, I would be very appreciative.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I mean, even if it's just for Ilya, I would like to save this world.
You like it here, Ilya.
I mean, I don't know another place, so
It seems as though most of the reflections that we've met, they want to get out, or at least this one
mean,
did.
most people don't know where they are. You met a reflection who
But
is
you do.
power hungry
You do.
and he wants to get out.
That's my point. You
Uh,
know.
Yeah.
So why? But you're content to stay.
I mean, no. Yes. There are two problems here. One, I don't particularly want this whole world to be destroyed. All my stuff's here. But if I have to be here when it gets destroyed, I would like to get out of here. But I feel like making the world not destroyed is probably the better option. That said, I really don't want to be destroyed with the world. Please, thank you. That doesn't seem power crazy to me. That seems very basic kind of impulse. Maybe it's different where you come from, but please, I would like to not die. Maybe you take this, and he holds up the mask. He's like, I don't know, maybe you get your friend here and make her use this and pull me back. Or, I
Stone,
don't
take
know.
the mask.
Listen, I'm freaking out a little bit, but I am trying not to get it in the way of the science of this, because this is a lot of very interesting information, but we don't have enough of it. The question of who could be the rising prince is a good one, but we don't know the categories, and we don't know who knows those categories. And so finding that out would be a very good idea. Maybe this is a question for a powerful diviner. Maybe this is a question for somebody who is close to the White Lady. Maybe we go talk to Crazy Pants up in the closet.
Yeah.
You will probably deny that there is anyone worthy of the title, only his master, Cyric.
That's the thing then, man. You gotta ask the question differently, baby.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Why do we need to know about who would qualify?
Well, I was thinking if we knew who the candidates were and there were just a few of them, then we might be able to either use them as a bargaining chip or get them to our side or, use them somehow to get one up on the White Lady. Because she wants to crown the Rising Prince. That's her whole goal.
Well, what if we just kill the Rising Prince when they
I am
arise?
for this plan, assuming it does not cause the whole world to collapse, because again, I live here, all my stuff's here.
Well, I am willing to take another run. Well, I haven't really had a run at the cultist, but like I need to clear my head because I'm not like super polite at the moment. So
why is it what? All right.
Did you miss the part where she and Florin were screaming? Or mostly she was screaming, to be honest. I don't think he said a lot.
wasn't
No
screaming.
offense.
Firm tone of voice.
Well, I was
Yeah,
gonna
let's
say,
tell yourself that.
you should take Florin because he's really good at interrogating people. But, I mean, if it's a little awkward between you two right now.
If Florin wants to talk to him, that's up to Florin. We have all the same goals of getting out of here. But I'm gonna go for a run, and Florin is welcome to talk to the cultist while I'm gone, and then when I'm back, I will try to get more information out of him.
Out of Florin.
No, out of the.
They're not talking to each other, man.
I just wanted clarity there. I was in not very specific pronoun.
Well, yeah, all right. Boy, I've never seen you like this, Artemisia. Do you want someone to go run with you?
Oh, well, I mean, it's the wolf. I'm going to be running as the wolf. Is that?
I mean, polymorph for days.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. If you want to come, Stong.
All right. I guess Stong gives Sturge a look, and then goes with Artemisia.
Third,
Inside
what is
check.
conveyed in that look?
Yeah, inside check. What the hell?
You fix this, buddy.
All right. I do have a bit of a relationship with a lyricist.
You have a good way with people.
Okay, so Stong, what are you polymorphing into?
Shaggy Black Wolf.
All right. So Stong and Artemisia, you're gonna go run backwards Westgate. Try not to get lost. Sturge, you want to go talk to the lyricist?
Yeah, with Florin.
All right. So you're gonna go knock on the door and see if Florin. So you see if Llorkh come out of the room that Florin is locked in. Briefly makes eye contact with you, and then kind of goes back over to the place where he was sitting in the book he was kind of perusing.
Still on the side of his mouth, Sturge will say, "How's the patient?"
Foolish and entrenched.
Entrenched?
Well, that boy's not changing his mind.
What exactly is his mind at the moment? Where is he? What isn't he changing? I mean,
You don't know him very well, do you?
no. I mean, he said something, she got mad, and now what? He's just not going to apologize, or what?
This is why you should not get involved with people you adventure with. I'm just saying.
This is why it's better not to have those feelings at all.
We're on the same page. Best of
Knuckles.
luck.
Thank you. All right, Florin, we've got work to do. Knock, knock, knock.
First off, I just gotta say, I can't. The image of Llorkh looking at Sturge and saying we're the same is just incredible. We're on the same page. Oh my god. Yeah. When Sturge knocks on the door and says that, there's a bit of silence, and Florin says, "We're interrogating the lyricist."
Yes. That's your forte, isn't it? Your fort.
Yeah, all right, let's do this.
Excellent. There's a man.
All right. Ilya leads you up to a little room, which he has locked with magic as suggested. And he dispels it. And he's like, just like, we're gonna be clear here. You're not doing like torture kind of interrogation.
No.
Okay,
no.
good, because this room is not made for that kind of thing. You get blood in this wood, it's never coming out.
So your concern's not that we're doing that, it's where we're doing that.
I mean, let's be real, man. If you're gonna torture that crazy guy, I'm not going to be able to stop you. So why would I jump in front of that? Please don't. I don't think that would be great. And I feel like we've gotten... Maybe you and I aren't close. I like your friend Stong a lot. I think maybe we are friends. But I don't do that very often, so I'm not sure.
Okay.
Right. You're welcome to join us if you'd like to contribute to the interrogation.
You could maybe find out things, because you've got a knowledge of this stuff.
Okay. Well,
I mean, I'm not saying that you got to lead anything, but, pop in with a question.
No, but you're inviting me to come along on your little boys activity. I love it. Okay.
All right, you be good cop.
Me?
No, him.
Oh.
I'm the good one?
You're good cop.
Are we both bad cop?
Yes.
Wow. this
One
is
of
gonna
us should be
weird.
crazy cop.
Oh,
Oh no.
crazy cop. You might be a good crazy cop.
How about we just go in there, ask questions, and see how things go? We'll play it by ear.
Okay,
I'll
okay, okay,
glare.
okay.
I'll glare a lot.
I like it.
So Ilya opens the door. He goes in. It's like, I'm the good cop, okay. Hey, buddy, how are you doing? The seriously.
Hey, buddy.
I maintain Ilya is my favorite NPC ever.
So this room is very small, and like all the rooms, full of stuff. There is a little window. It is not one that opens, however, and the Syracist is like kind of knocking on the glass with one fist, but it is very thick glass. This room seems to be full of just sort of ordinary books, and papers and boxes. But there are definitely things scattered all over the floor now. And Ilya's like, oh, you found something to do. Great. Great. Yeah, these guys want to ask you some questions. The Syracist keeps banging on the glass and says, they can ask what they want. Doesn't change anything. As long as I'm in here, we're all at risk of the White Lady.
Are you trying to communicate with that tap in there, or are you testing things?
I'm trying to free myself.
Okay, that was ominous.
Ooh.
We're all at risk to the White Lady. What do you mean?
The White Lady crowns the rising prince.
Who
The
is she
misfortune befalls
likely
all of us.
to crown?
The
All
rising
right,
prince.
we're just going right in there.
Wait, do you know she asked our friend, the big one, if he would, well, her minions asked if he would be the rising prince?
He cannot bear the crown of Cyric. It would melt his brain.
Of course not, but why do they think he could?
Because they're idiots.
Right. Okay, that was the direct method. Now,
Oh.
you be subtle.
I love
Ilya.
Sturge so much.
Ilya's just gonna go like, oh, they want to know who's the rising prince. Is he a friend of yours, maybe? And the Syracist just looks at him with just murder in his eyes. It's like the rising prince is no friend of any living thing.
Okay, so you all don't want the rising prince to happen,
No.
right? That'd be bad. Actually, put a pin in the original question. Why would that be bad? Why do you all care?
Because the rising prince stole Cyric's crown. Does not belong.
Okay, so the
to
crown is
abyss.
Cyric's.
Does not belong to the abyss.
Okay. Okay, you did say that earlier, and I guess that just kind of flew by. Well, why does she need Cyric's crown for this?
Because Cyric is great.
And this is becoming an avatar of Cyric? Is that what this is?
No. An avatar of Cyric would be a blessing on us all. But he is trapped in his throne. This is a theft of his power.
Okay.
She seeks to reach beyond her station to create something she is not welcome to. She will crown the rising prince, and that must be stopped.
What is she trying to create?
What does the mother of demons always create? What is she
More
always
demons?
seeking to create?
Just assuming more demons, I don't know.
Your mind is so small.
You're right. Why don't we try and expand my mind a bit and you explain what that would be?
Does an artisan seek only to create small works? Does a carpenter wish to build benches every day?
I mean, he might.
Does a painter want only to paint the small dogs of the rich? People gotta do what they gotta do for money, man. Not all of us gonna be crazy cultists.
Ilya, I don't quite think the white lady is looking for a paying job.
There's no
But
shame in it, though.
I know. I understand. I'm not saying your point is wrong. I'm just saying, so she's tired of doing the same old thing. What is this new venture for her?
What is the great masterwork of the mother of demons?
You got me.
I don't know either. You tell us. What is it?
Ilya kind of looks at him and goes, what is the greatest of the demons? The demon lord.
Who is the greatest of the demons?
No, I mean, what is the greatest of the demons? The demon lords are the greatest of the demons.
Yeah.
Is she making a demon lord?
Oh.
She will not succeed. She cannot succeed.
Who's saying this?
She cannot succeed.
Okay, that's the seriousest.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I picked that up. Okay. So she's trying to crown someone with the crown of Cyric to turn them into a new demon lord, which she would then have control over. Because that does seem to be slightly confusing to me that she would crown someone and
Did
then.
you read this book I got for you guys about this Pale Knight?
I'm not gonna lie, I've been having a lot going on today, Ilya.
Yeah, okay, so here's the thing. Yeah. I don't know a lot about demons. But this demon lord, she's very old, like the oldest. She comes before all the other demon lords. They don't mess around with her, is my impression.
She herself is a demon lord.
She is a demon lord. She's one of the Oberith. They're the oldest demons. They were there before the other ones show up. After this, we are getting past my area of knowledge about things that are in other weirdo planes that I'm not even sure exist. Because I don't go places like the Abyss and ask people their business.
That's fair. Okay, so you all were trying let's attack this from another angle. You all, the Sirius cultists, sorry if cultist is not a great word for you. You all were trying to break into this world against other the Pale Ladies cultists. That's where we came in on, right? That's you two were fighting because you all were trying to break in.
Because the world is breached, and the Rising Prince cannot be coordinated. The crowning cannot occur.
The crowning cannot occur while there's a breach.
If the world is destroyed, then the Rising Prince is destroyed.
Well,
breach.
that's the thing. You said breach. We have been referred to as breaches. So can we?
And we are in accord. We must destroy the world.
Oh, you want to just destroy the world? Okay, that's.
Rising Prince. That is what Cyric has sent me to do. That is what he has sent all of us to do.
How are you going to do that?
Benefit. I will know it when I see it. The path will lay it before me.
Oh man, that is such a god talk right there. Okay, so you all were breaking in here to be breaches to stop the crowning and then just nullify everything by destroying everything. See, I'm getting the nihilist part of this this culty part here. Okay. Sturge, you got anything? I'm processing this one.
So as long as we're here, the prince can't be crowned because we are breach.
No.
Yes. You just said.
I said the world must be breached. It must be broken.
All right, you're not using the word breach the way.
I mean, it's fair. They're not the same people. They might not use words the same way. So that's
I know
fair.
what I was told by the Prince of Lies.
That's a
The White
sentence.
Lady stole the crown in secret, seeks to crown the rising prince. You must breach the world and stop the crowning.
Breach is such a sloppy word.
I think it's a good word.
It sounds cool. Breach.
Okay, so in other words, the plan was attack,
So,
kill the other cultists, break into this world, see something you know is going to destroy the world, and destroy the world. That was the A, B, and C of it.
so yeah, that sounds like he wants to keep the breach open. You guys made a breach. You breached the world.
And
But
it's
it
being
closed back
blocked
up.
right now.
What?
It's being didn't we learn that it's being
Oh
blocked
yeah,
right
that
now?
one is not closed all the way. It's
Yeah.
blocked. So that whatever, maybe that was their plan to rip it open, and then you guys got sucked in and stopped it, and so I don't like this demon lord shit. This is not a good thing.
Oh no, it's terrible.
I don't feel like that's a controversial statement, but
Really not.
especially if some part of this, no offense, he says to the cultist, you're still a fragment of a god of the lie, and you build a demon lord out of this. I don't like this. Again, I don't feel this is a controversial statement.
No.
That would be a terrible thing to make Stong into. Like the worst. Feels like better for you, Florin.
Well,
No offense.
Yeah, I'm not really sure I'll take that one. I'm gonna be honest on that. Florin's gonna turn to the Syracuse though and say, so how did this all start? How did did you find out how this world came to be, or did
Dreamt of the Prince of Lies.
Okay.
He told me the White Lady stole the crown. She stole it to crown the rising prince, and I must stop it. That is what we all dreamt.
Okay. So what you're telling me is that currently, right now, in order to help us in our mutual goal of stopping the crowning prince, you have no further information for me. Is that correct?
Let me out. Let me find the path, and I will destroy him.
No. We're doing it in a different way. Same goal, different outcome. Different process. But our plan is to stop the crowning of it. We're not down with that. We don't like the pale lady and whatnot. But we're also not down with, destroying a whole world of very nice people like Ilya here. That feels wrong. So
Thank
kind
you. I
of against
appreciate that.
Hey,
Okay, so I don't know. This guy has more to say.
Yeah, I don't think he's got anything else
Unless
for
you
us.
want to hear about his dream again.
Sturge, what do you think?
I'm sorry. I'm not seeing this clearly. So, Ilya.
Yeah.
What do you think our next move is with regard to her? Every time we do something.
Why don't we have this conversation outside?
go.
Syracuse, you have a great day. But by the way, do you have a name, or should we just keep calling you Syracuse?
You don't deserve my name.
You know what?
Also,
Fair.
I actually never named the guy. So
I think that's
roll with that.
fantastic,
You don't
honestly.
deserve my name.
Yeah. All right. Well, you have a great time up here,
Whisper
tapping on that
in
glass.
your ear as I cut you or slam the door.
Cool talk.
I'm gonna steal this one again. Just a second.
Yeah, it's probably a good call. Sorry, Sturge, what were you saying? You were asking what our next plan is? I mean, I think sounds like we're getting a few things going towards Stong's shadow.
Yes, I know. I'm just not sure what our next move with the White Lady is.
I feel like you have okay. I have a suggestion. I don't like it, but maybe I found my father's notes near Llorkh, right? Those are the ones with your friend's music on the back.
Yes.
Maybe my father, I didn't agree with all of his theories. And let's go back to the fact he's an asshole. Well, maybe
Okay.
he knew more. And maybe your friend has them. Your friend Shadow has them. That might be information we don't have. Other options, if there is somebody, maybe your Llorkh down there, maybe your dad knows something. Although I don't think he knows as much as he's pretending he knows. He has that vibe about him,
I get that.
right? Some people. And the other idea I have is that you know somebody who knows more than us. But this we go back to, do you know a god or something you can
Yeah.
ask a question of? And that's an answer. That is a question for you to answer, because I have to tell you, I don't know any gods.
Yeah, I don't have any in my contacts either. I'll be honest, Sturge, part of me is thinking, if we all end up getting our keys, I don't know why. I just feel like that was going to piss off the white lady enough to come after us herself, and we were just going to figure out the problem from there. That was my original operating when we started all of this. Because she did show up to us when we got Kayla's key, and she got out of here.
And she
Yep.
showed up when we were trying to get yours.
No,
Well,
she
the
did not.
demons did. She
This-
straight up showed
yeah.
up.
Right.
Gotta
'Cause-
say, if you guys totally forgot to tell me something important there, I'm gonna be a little upset.
Oh yeah, by the way, this demon lord showed up. I mean, the thing is that I do think that we should focus on getting the keys right now, and after that, we might be able to just bait her out.
You want to fight a demon lord?
Do you want your world to be destroyed in the creation of
fair,
another
fair,
demon
fair,
lord?
Fair. Okay.
I mean, I'm not thrilled with the idea either, but we're
Right.
doing that
Options,
hero
huh?
crap, I guess.
Here's another idea. What if my shadow, which apparently is a kind of god,
That's still
Word.
messing with me.
were enlisted in the cause against the white lady?
More, you make them fight each other? Maybe.
With us, with our help.
What if that was why Stong was offered it? They already know that his shadow could be it.
Oh, jeez, Louise. Okay, so that's a man. Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like that's gonna be we'll figure that one out when we get there.
Okay.
Possibility.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I have another small thing for you. You asked me about if I could do a battle binding on your sword.
Yes.
Okay, here's the thing. I practiced on a dagger and I broke it. It's been a while. But remember I said my dad's stuff might be with Stong. Maybe they were friends with his shadow. Especially if it turns out he's actually extremely cruel, compassionate, and what was the other one? Crazy.
I wasn't there, but I heard
That
people
feels very like maybe somebody my father would be hanging out with. So if you can find his Ramiani books, I can do like a crash course, and I might not break your sword then.
All right. Well, certainly try.
Okay. Well, that seems like a good place to go next, I guess.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys not just leaving, because that would be easiest.
I got to admit that's appealing. I would like to bring you with. That way I wouldn't feel guilty about your death.
Everyone else
Appreciate
is
that, man.
yeah, it got a real out of sight, out of mind thing going on, don't you, Sturge?
Things don't need to be so complicated, really.
Right, as this is going on, you two, Stong and Artemisia, have gone for a run. Is there anything on this run that you want to have a conversation, or just need to enjoy the freedom of bolting around in your canine form?
I mean, assuming that he set up the telepathic bond, or are we talking like in?
We're just talking in wolf form. The telepathic
Okay.
bond is there, like it's been set up. But I think maybe Stong originally was thinking about saying some words to Artemisia, but then once he got into wolf form, he just got like really into being a wolf, especially once she started running and like leading the charge.
Well, so mostly like what Mia Wolf is gonna like be talking about is just that like she's grumpy at Florin and she's gonna find your rat and she's gonna like eat the good bits and then leave it in his bed, and then it'll be really gross and he won't even be able to eat it, and that is gonna be like totally good revenge. So
Yeah, so maybe like after they are done with their interrogation and they're coming down to like find us, they see like the two of us emerging from Florin's room and like we're maybe like low key chuckling or giggling together. So like, we might run into Florin and then like stop. Florin, how did the interrogation go? Oh, I can't hear you, buddy.
That's right. I had the silence spell on me. Yeah, we found out that the Pale Lady's trying to make another demon lord.
Oh,
So that's what the crowning does. So
you mean I could be a demon lord?
that's a reaction to that statement.
Also, just gotta like float out there. The theory has been placed that maybe you might not make a great demon lord, but your shadow would be a really excellent demon lord.
Yeah,
And the
'cause I
Dralmu got
was-
confused.
Yeah, because I was gonna say I don't think I'd make like a great the kind of demon lord that they normally look for. But boy, that makes me feel like we really need to go and find my shadow in a hurry.
I'm
To what end? Oh, sorry, am I not there? Am I not there?
Oh no, you're there.
You're there.
To what end?
You're always there, Sturge.
To eliminate your shadow, so that
No.
that shadow cannot be made.
I
You need the
I
key,
was-
first of all.
Yeah, but I was just gonna
I-
talk to him. Maybe have like a another friendship montage and have a heart to heart together. I mean, if
How
he's
did you
bad-
see my shadow thing happening? I would like to hear your interpretation of what went down.
But
First, I want to hear what was your idea of what was going to happen, and then how do you think it went down? Because I wasn't there, and I'm very nosy.
Yeah, I thought we were just gonna walk in and then negotiate with your shadow, Florin, because you seem just like a very like a nice, level-headed person who's like very upfront and
He is doing everything he can not to look at Mia right now.
well, the being a wolf, she sort of like growls him a little bit, but then it's just like, I'm pretty.
But it clearly didn't happen that way. But you still had a chance. I feel like you had a chance to actually change him, and you chose like a certain path to go with him. And Stong wants to like look around for the skin tattoo. Is it
Oh,
anywhere
it's in the
nearby?
vault.
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
they
it's
put it in the
tucked away.
vault.
I mean, you chose a certain tactic with him, but maybe it didn't have to go that way,
Flora, make
Well-
a perception check real quick.
All right. Hey. That's a 25.
Llorkh is sitting at the end of the counter. He's not looking at his book. He is watching you.
He's just kind of acknowledge that look and go, yep, well, that's now a thing I'll probably be contemplating for the rest of my life. But I'm gonna assume that what he was planning on doing, I'm assuming he knew that getting the crown would turn you into a demon lord, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't feel like there's a lot of going back from accepting I'm gonna become a demon lord. So I'll probably sit with that thought and feel comfortable about it. But here's the thing, with your shadow, you handle this however you want. This is your shadow. You have to figure out what the key is and all that fun stuff. And I will follow you in whatever way you want with it, but I won't put the rest of us at risk if it comes down to it.
Well, I mean, real me didn't want to be an evil overlord, but was forcibly turned into an evil overlord. So then if that's the opposite, then the fake me wants to be an evil overlord.
Excuse me.
But
I
then
don't like the
won't
word
be an
fake.
evil overlord.
Sorry.
I'm following what you're saying. And I hope that is how it goes. Honestly, I don't want this to be a big problem. I would love it if we just went there and the dude was super chilled. He's like, "Oh yeah, totally. Here's the key. Let's go."
I
But
mean, I feel like the sooner we get there, the less of a risk we'll have, you know.
yeah. So, I guess we go to Llorkh tomorrow. Because I don't know about you, but we still literally fought my shadow today, and I'm very tired.
That's true. You guys haven't.
I know. I loaded my character, and it's at 36 hit points. So have we really not rested?
No. Yeah, a lot of stuff to take care of.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you're gonna sleep in your
just,
room, Florin?
just to be clear, you guys previously were all four of you sleeping in the same room. I'm wondering if that is still your intention, because the other guest room is available. Also, what is going to happen with the Cambion, because I don't think they sleep, but he cannot just sit here. I'm sorry, he cannot just sit here. That your weird Ferris out.
No, it's fine. No, Llorkh can take the guest room. I'll figure something else out. It's fine.
Okay, you also cannot just sit in
I'm
my
not just gonna sit.
shop.
Don't worry.
Okay, fine. Just you can't sit in my shop because you're weird Ferris out. He does not like having to deal with people in the middle of the night. That's his time.
I just imagine everyone going to bed and the Still Defender go, finally!
What does he do with his time?
Takes out a typewriter. I can finally finish my novel.
I know. Now I just want to wake up and sneak downstairs and
He's gonna be painting. He paints
yeah.
at night.
Got music playing. He's put on underwear for some reason and he's dancing around.
I love this. I don't want to know now because I want this to be like Schrodinger's night where we just never know what happens and we can imagine whatever we want.
We ever have a session where like people can't make it and we have a reduced number, I will pick one of you to be Ferris and then we'll figure out what the rest of you are. You're the weird monsters and
I love
there's a
it.
mimic and Mitzi or something. And we'll
There
just
we go.
do
Yep.
Ferris's evening.
Ferris's day off.
Ferris's day off. I love it.
Great.
Oh, okay. All right. So long rest time. So Stong, Artemisia, Stirred. You're headed back to the normal guest room, which is the room you didn't leave the rat in, I'm assuming. So I'll leave you to decide what to do about that.
Are you saying
then
Sturge?
I really hope Sturge finds this first.
I mean, he's got a long nose. He'll probably smell it.
Oh God.
Llorkh will go in the other guest room, although as established, I don't know for sure if I don't think Cambions sleep. I think that's actually an important plot point in Brimstone Angels. It's been a while. Do you guys, first of all, what are you gonna do about the rat? Are you just gonna leave it for later? Just be like, don't touch it.
Actually, I think because
Define this.
Mia Wolf is going to stay a wolf because that's how she's going to sleep because it frees up beds. And she's going to sort of give Florin like a look, like she's like, "Where are you gonna go?" But she doesn't. It's not her business. So she's gonna like go get the rat and like kind of gnaw on it in the dog like sort of gross sounding way.
Gross.
And y'all can kick her out in the hall if you want.
Oh, so she broke down and she was hungry, and she the prank.
Well,
is
I
now-
mean, she's not eating it; she's chewing on it. It's kind of soothing, exercise your jaw.
yeah. Okay.
I think
Okay.
Stong just shoots Sturge a look and, is like, it makes her feel better.
Oh God. Okay. Good
All right.
dog.
Florin, are you going?
Florin's thinking right now is to just give Mia as much space as he can, and I think at first walks out of Ilya's shop not really sure, and then is just like, I mean, I probably could. And he's gonna go attempt to crash at Koshin's hideout.
That's a great idea.
It's gotta be.
It's the only other person he knows in town, literally.
That's true. That's true. What is his thought process? You're just like, she's the only person I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not thinking about his brain is in not a great place. He is not fully thinking.
Delighted to find out what Mia thinks when she finds out about this. Okay.
Me
you
too.
You go to the. I'm gonna be honest. I have lost track of the time. Let's say it is evening. It is a
Yeah, I think
reasonable
that was-
time to be going to bed because you did do a lot. There's a lot of walking around the city, which takes longer than I ever think it does. Okay, so you show up at the bookshop right as the girl behind the counter, the Aarakocra, is like turning the sign over, but she sees you and recognizes you, and she stops for a second, and you see her kind of calculating, could I just leave the door locked? And then she sighs as she opens the door. She's like, welcome.
Thanks. I'm just gonna head in the back. It's yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So she's gonna finish locking up. You're gonna go in the back, I assume, and find the book and
Yep.
yeah, go back there. I'm assuming you can navigate past the guard. And so yeah, she takes you to Kochan, who is sort of sitting down to eat dinner, and with a bunch of paperwork.
Yeah, I think.
She's
Okay.
surprised. She's surprised to see you. She's like, "Oh, you're still alive."
Yeah. Still maintaining that, so that's good. You have a place I could crash for the night?
It depends. Is someone looking for you?
No. In fact, quite the opposite.
Interesting. Do you want a drink?
Yes.
She pulls out a bottle of what looks like some kind of whiskey, pours you some, and says, I've got some rooms in the back. You can stay. I would secure your valuables before
Yeah,
you go to sleep.
Assumed that. Luckily, sword, disappears, so that's good.
And you're gonna have to tell me what happened.
Yeah, I figured I was gonna have to. Already told several other people, so what's another?
Fair enough. How much do you tell? Is there anything you leave out in telling Kochan?
I mean, she knows about the multi-world thing now, right?
She doesn't know about the multi-world
Yeah.
thing. You told her pretty early.
Yeah.
She knows that what Kochan knows, I'll tell you this. What Kochan knows is that your shadow was connected to the Xanathar somehow.
Oh,
That
that's
the
right.
trail of
I haven't
Florin-
seen her since then.
Yeah.
I forgot about
she,
that.
She does not know that your shadow was the Xanathar. She doesn't know anything about Llorkh. She obviously doesn't know anything about what happened between you and Artemisia. This is not like,
I'll be
as
honest,
tradeable
like,
a secret, but she's into gossip, so she might be nosy.
yeah, I'll be honest, like thinking about it and everything, like I actually do think that he would just go through the whole thing, like just starts drinking the whiskey, just floodgates of let's spill the tea sort of thing.
At one point, one of her thieves comes up and she's like, because this is just too good.
Yeah, like I just imagined at one point he's sitting there like this with the glasses. He's like, yeah, and then we got there, and by the way, my shadow is the Xanthar. That was cool. That would have been nice to know about.
Bought a giant goldfish.
Yeah, all that stuff, and you know, yep, pretty much would lay it all out, and then just say, yep, and then I told her about the letters, and she got real mad, and now I'm here.
You have to explain the letter thing. I don't understand that.
I do think like he would have started with that, like of like how that had ended up happening. That's why I was asking about the multi-world thing.
Got it.
That he would have explained that part of it happened in that world.
And just to recap for viewers, since that started in the very, very beginning, Artemisia wrote some lists and letters sort of to Vescaris without them really being meant to be sent. And then her half-brother told her to all the boys I've loved before and sent them. But they didn't get to Vescaris, they went to Florin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy. 11.
You wake up the next morning, you fell asleep on Kochen's desk, and this paper is like stuck to your cheek. You sit up and there's like ink from like a bill of some kind just printed on your cheek. And Kochen is standing there. She's holding a cup of coffee. She says, "You owe me a bottle of whiskey."
That's fair. I mean, that I feel like that's worth it for looks at the desk, place to sleep for the night.
Yeah, you seem so, I'm not gonna say comfortable, but asleep.
Well, that did the job at least. I feel a little bit better, so thank you.
You're welcome. Now get out. I have
Yeah,
things
nope,
to-
that's fair. No. Walk on out.
All right, rest of you. You wake up. You go downstairs. There is no sign of what Ferris did in the night. He is mopping.
Blast. I was gonna ask. Search,
You can ask-
insight, investigate.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna do one. I'll just do investigate. Oh, that's a 10.
He's mopped really well. If there was any sign of something, you think it's been cleaned up.
Sturge is going to just sidle over to him and while he's getting his coffee together and say, "Good night, Ferris. Was it a good night?" Glad to hear it. Glad to see it. Thought I heard something down here. Was that you? No, couldn't have been you. You were sleeping. You sleep, don't you? What do you do all night long? I can't imagine what I would do all night long.
Oh. So you're getting coffee. Ilya stumbles down, drinks his requisite flagon of coffee. Stong and Artemisia, I'm assuming you're downstairs too. And
Yep.
Lauren comes back.
Sturge stares very hard at him. And then he walks over to him and looks at his cheek and says, 10 daggers curved with fancy pommels. 200. And then he goes up and he spreads his cheek a little bit and says, 200 gold. That's gold pieces. That's not a bad deal.
Did you get a tattoo or something? It's not a good one.
No, that would be a wild new style of tattoo. No, I just fell asleep on some papers.
Ah. a receipt, it would seem.
Yeah, I guess. I didn't really look at them.
Could be worse. Daggers is pretty tame.
Get the sense that Artemisia is just like coiled. And she's like, is anybody gonna ask?
Like- Did you go to like an accountant's tavern or something?
No, I crashed at Kochin's hideout.
Oh, that thief lady in the real tight armor? I didn't know you were friends like that.
Well, it was the only other person I really knew in town, and figured I could crash somewhere, and so I did.
Sturgis stepping backwards slowly.
Yeah. Stong is like hiding his face with his hair. So they're just peeking out like a little bit.
Sturgis hiding now.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But like Florence like half awake, and he's just looking around at everyone and goes, I did it again, didn't I?
So Artemisia is gonna be like, so did you tell her any secrets?
I
mean,
lean forward and say, "Is that a euphemism?" Never mind.
No, it's very literal. Did you confide in her? She seems like kind of the person that you might like to confide in.
Okay. I just want to say something really quick. While I'm very curious about both euphemisms and drama, you guys remember there's like Demon Lord making more Demon Lords.
Yeah.
And you should go deal with that so that my whole world doesn't get destroyed. And then afterwards, we should talk about the gossip and the drama part. Okay? I mean, your personal problems that I care about because I am your friend. I am your friend. Does your sister talk to you about personal things as good as I am talking to you about personal things?
Yes, exactly as good. Well, I think Artemisia is gonna like grab some kind of breakfast that's like portable and just like stride for the door and be like, Llorkh? Wait, no, the teleportation, whatever.
Yeah, you should definitely teleport. It is a weirdly long way to Llorkh.
So she's gonna stride for the teleportation. Circle.
Question.
Yep.
Before we do that, is that one of the things that that attracts witches? It doesn't attract the White Lady, right?
What?
It was the wizards in Aglarond that we.
Oh yeah, no,
to...
they just did like a divination kind of thing and figured out where you were, like a what is that? Find person spell, and then they teleported here on their own.
Okay, so it's not a red flag to anyone that we need to be worried about.
I don't think so, but don't go back to Aglarond and piss off those wizards. Actually, not my sister. You're better.
Stong wants to make sure that we get another one of those bands that lets us escape.
Oh yeah. Okay, this one I have to make some more. This is the last one. I think it works as good. Do you want this one? Because it is your shadow. I don't know that that matters.
Maybe you should
You're
put
the
it on somebody else this time, just in case.
Okay, so who's gonna do it? Also, just checking. Here, Artemisia. Oh goodness. Okay, I have to type this like a lot. Questions. Are you taking either the Cambion or the crazed guy in the closet? And if you are not, what am I allowed to do with them?
Hey, Lorkin, do you want to go to Llorkh?
Oh, please say no.
I'm sorry, that's ridiculous.
I know, that's why I said it.
Oh, does Lorcan want to go to Llorkh? I feel like the only thing is if Lorcan goes to Llorkh, he is basically just gonna like watch you and offer unhelpful commentary. So sure. But just to be clear, I don't know how helpful he will be. He will just sort of
I was just
gallery.
Again, he is not awake yet, and Ilya asked the question, and so he just shouted at his dad, not dad.
All right. What about the closet guy? Can you take him away, please?
Probably not a good call. That he is actively searching for a way to blow up the world at any given moment.
Okay.
I mean, feed him, but
Yeah, probably don't have a
Okay.
dead guy in your house. I mean,
That's
it's up
bad.
to you. It's your house, but
Thank you. I appreciate that acknowledgement of my autonomy. I'll make Ferris sit on him or something while I feed him. Okay, you guys are ready to go?
Yep,
Uh,
more than ready.
Florin reaches over and pours himself a cup of coffee. Yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay. Go get another thing and let's do this. So Ilya activates the teleportation circle. You're whisked away. Your mouth and nose filled with that scent of magic that tastes like wintergreen and old wine. And then when it clears, you see the town of Llorkh. This not like you remember it. Now, Stong, Artemisia, and Sturge, this is where you met so long ago. It's this little town on the frontier in the shadow of mountains at the fork of two rivers. It is, I say it's a little town. For the area, it's a quite big town, but you've been to Waterdeep. You know what a big town looks like. Even Westgate dwarfs Llorkh. But this Llorkh is a little different because you see amongst the buildings gigantic shapes, huge giants, literally giants, with blue skin and long beards and braids. You see creatures sort of moving among the buildings, even at a distance. This Llorkh is full of strange monsters.
Monsters.
feel like
God,
this
do you
might-
guys see that giant? He's awesome.
Yup.
Is there something I could roll to like identify what kind of giant?
Sure. Nature or history or arcana?
I'll go with nature 22.
Okay, that looks like a frost giant.
Do I know like is frost giant native habitat is like really far away? Like did this
It is
person
a little south from where a frost giant should be, but you are fairly far north. You are close-ish to the mountains that lead up to the Great Glacier. And you feel like there might be in those mountains potentially frost giants. You are close to the Anarok Desert, which, while being very cold at night, is not known for frost giants. So they're a little out of range. They do
Okay.
seem to be dressed like they're wearing slightly lighter clothes. One of
And
them
then-
looks like she's wearing a bikini. Made of fur, though.
and then did you say there were other monsters?
Mhm.
Like are there any kind of shapes that we identify from here?
You see something that looks dragonish. And you see some kind of bulky things.
Say that again.
You see something that looks dragonish.
What color?
I'm just gonna go ahead and assume this is not how this is to y'all's memory. I feel like you would have prepped me on the giants and the dragons and all that stuff.
Well, and normally giants and dragons they hate each other, right?
That's
These
a
ones
fair
aren't
point.
battling. These ones aren't like battling
No.
it out, right?
No. The giants seem to be just kind of like chilling, talking to each other. And the dragon-like shape is sort of like kind of almost like it's running in between the buildings. You see mostly the shadow of it.
Guys.
Well, Artemisia puts out her wings.
Gotta make sure you impress that dragon.
Guys. These monsters, they look like they're having fun.
Okay, so just act normal.
I mean, I think maybe we should just stroll on in and say hello.
Actually, Florin's gonna look to Llorkh and just be like, "Do you know what's going on in this place? You know anything about this area?"
Did we bring Llorkh?
I've never been here.
Yeah, we brought Llorkh in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He
never
wanted to
been
come,
here.
so
You offered. He says,
I
I've
did.
never been here. You
Okay.
shouldn't trust giants.
All right. Well, we'll keep that in mind.
I'm also gonna go ahead and suggest you not trust those Githyanki. You see riding coming towards you, a squad of 4 Githyanki.
Oh God.
They're like walking straight at us.
Yeah, they come out of the city gates and they're walking towards you. You guys are sort of a little bit outside the city. They're far enough away that like you can't if you have like, the extended range of Eldritch Blast, we can get into an argument of whether you could hit them or not, but they're pretty far away. However, they are fairly distinctive looking, so they are identifiable.
But it looks like they are walking with intention to come to us, is essentially what I was trying to... Okay.
Yes.
Artemisia's going to look at Stong. Do you recognize anyone?
Do I recognize them, or maybe the markers on their clothing?
So when you look at it, my assumption is Stong is going to first look for Scaresair.
Oh, for sure.
Right. And when you see them walking, none of them walk like Scaresair. How much do you know Scaresair's crew?
I think Stong
like?
spent like a bit of time with them. I think we all did, actually, except for Florin. We got up close and personal with them, so we would know like the sign of their flag and maybe what colors they might run, etc.
Yeah. So, in approaching, you don't get an impression that they're wearing like uniforms necessarily. Like they're still very armored up, but your experience with Scaresair, the Githyanki Kithrak that you had a tumultuous relationship with, possibly fathering children, still not sure about that one. She never calls, she never writes, she never updates you.
Yeah, there might be an egg somewhere in limbo, like out of time.
Yeah. This is Githyanki casual wear. It is still very like spiky and intense, but it is not a uniform.
Guys,
However,
I don't think they're here to fight.
As they approach, you do recognize two of them as crewmates on Scaresair's Corsair, Lirash and Rishtar.
I'm going to say that Stong like learned some sort of Githyanki greeting while he's on the ship. And so he like just wants to stride forward and like look very happy and eager, and then like give them that greeting signal, and then say their names because he definitely remembers their names.
They sort of stop and peer at you.
Yeah.
And they kind of talk to each other like, what the hell?
Insight check. Are they going, is that our Stong?
They definitely seem to be, well, give me the insight check.
20.
Okay. They definitely seem to recognize Stong and definitely seem to be confused to see him. They're like, Lirash kind of comes a little closer and calls out to you. It says, I thought you were composing today. Who are your friends?
Oh, that's not me. That's the other me. That's Shadow me. I'm me from the other world. And I need to see Shadow me. Pretty quick. And my friends. We're so from the Prime Material Plane.
Okay. They turn and they talk to each other for a second. They're like, yeah, okay, that sounds like the best possible idea. So, also, your daughter's a little out of control.
Mirabelle?
Yeah.
Mirabelle's here?
Of course she's here. Where else would she? I mean, okay, she goes places, I get it, but...
Oh my god, guys.
She's going to be so metal.
Florin's going to turn to Llorkh and go, if you want to fly off now, I get it.
This is getting very interesting. Where would I go anywhere? Okay.
Guys, I gotta look my best. Especially if I'm gonna, see Mirabelle again, even though it's like, another realm's Mirabelle. I'm feeling like oddly nervous. I mean, Artemisia, could you like do something with this? And Sturge, Florin, could you help me? Like, can you help me with my outfit?
Some disguise skills.
I mean,
not the kind of...
I can't imagine Shadow Stong's much different from you, so like maybe that's just your style. So she'd already like that, right?
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Also, I have no skills to add to this, so.
I mean, Artemisia will sort of like press to clean like lint and like whatever off his clothes, Is
You have a
he
scarf
wearing?
for him.
Yeah, there we go. Do you have the dragon scale mail still?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. So she'll like kind of like buff that up a little bit.
Oh, I'm so shiny right now. Thank you.
Your braids, why don't you arrange them a bit? Let me help.
Have at
Sturge's
them.
gonna fluff his luxurious hair, pick all the stray pieces of hay out of it.
Yeah, Artemisia didn't even like attempt on that front.
Yeah, I think when you like go through his hair, you find like other things in it. Like maybe there was like a piece of that rat from like the other night. There's like some bones or some like bits of like food or breadcrumbs. You're just finding all sorts of things in there.
I guess he'll just start dropping them on the road.
So, okay, you're gonna follow the Githyanki back to Llorkh?
Yeah, I think I'm ready.
They keep kind of glancing back at you as you head towards the city, and they're like, "We should take you to see you, but we should also take you to. We'll take you to see you, and then we'll take both of you to see Mirabelle. That seems like the best way to do this."
Okay, that sounds good.
Boy,
Can I
wish
insight
the
check that?
Githrak were here. Yeah.
Just making sure that is what they're planning to do. I got 12. I don't know anything. I'm too busy.
They seem confused. They do seem very confused.
Stong, do you want to wear the disguising mask like just to walk through town, and then you can take it off to talk to yourself?
Oh,
Just to like not confuse people. Like already we've confused the Githyanki a lot, so
but I
like
kind
avoid
of
delays.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like if I came up to myself in like a disguise, that might come off the wrong way.
Well, just
Like,
to like the
why
front
should I-
door, right? And then you take off the mask, and then you meet yourself.
Well,
You
Oh.
don't let me, but I just it's a lot like meeting people who are different than you know who they are. Like having done this myself.
Yes, celebrities often have to disguise themselves when traveling through a town, so that the common people don't whisper and make their lives awkward. You see.
oh, that's okay. I don't mind the attention. And I kind of feel like we might learn something about Shadow Me depending on how other people react to me.
Okay. That's not bad
Yeah,
theory.
fair enough.
All right, let's go.
All right. So you head into the gates of Llorkh to find Shadow Stong, and I think that is a great place to take a break. So we will
Nice.
be back in 10 minutes to discover what exactly is Stong's Shadow's deal.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun. See you in a bit.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the slow coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way. Fighting together against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, get your wallet there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
Welcome back to Fearful Symmetry. In the first half, these guys made plans to, first of all, they interrogated a Syracist and found out more about the White Lady and the Rising Prince, and the fact that the White Lady, Pale Knight, is probably creating a demon lord, and that somebody might be its avatar, but they don't know who. Artemisia hid a rat in Florin's bed, but for better or worse, Florin decided not to sleep in his own bed. So we're going to see what happens there. And they traveled to Llorkh, which is intact but full of strange monsters. And a group of Githyanki found them outside the gates and is bringing them in to talk to Shadow Stong. Stong, I am curious. What's going on?
So
Are you
first of all,
excited?
yeah, nervous, but I think as he's walking through the town, he wants to like take a look at every denizen that he passes. Like, does he see a mix of monsters and people, or is it just monsters? Like, did all the people get eaten? Like, are there signs of
No.
like? There's no
There's
signs
still
of.
people here. You see orcs, actually, a lot of orcs. You see more Githyanki. You see some humans and things, but they're very much outnumbered. You see something shining silver, sort of running between the buildings, that you can't quite make out. And the giants laughing with each other.
So every group that we pass, Stong wants to just wave to them and say, "Hey," and try to make like a little bit of, pleasantries, because he's trying to read their vibe. Like, he wants to know like what reaction do they have to him.
They're like, hey, back. You greet the orcs. The orcs kind of give you a friendly kind of punch. They're very physical about it, but this doesn't feel too strange. I'm assuming in the Murder Bear tribe, there is a certain amount of affection via aggression.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the vibe. You're definitely thrown back to your childhood. The Githyanki a little more standoffish, but they offer you a respectful nod. One of these nods. People seem to be happy to see you, casually happy, not like.
Okay, so guys, everything here seems to be peaceful. And I mean, people aren't treating me like a celebrity, but they seem to be happy to see me.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this is a very different vibe from all the other shadow locations.
Am I
You're
sensing a
muted.
little jealousy?
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, but this seems pretty chill.
Behind you, Larkin's like, you do.
Shut up.
Steven, you're muted.
Still silenced.
I wonder if there's any orc Yankee around.
How does that work? Because I thought Githyanki just made more Githyanki regardless of the other parent. Is that
I think
accurate?
that's true. Yeah, because they lay
What I
eggs.
thought.
But they need a fertilizer, and surely.
Yeah, but they
some-
still look Githyanki. But
Yeah.
you could maybe, it's possible you could find Githyanki here that had sort of some remnant of their orcish parentage happening. If you looked, maybe.
gorgeous hair.
Gorgeous hair. That would be a
Oh my
telltale mark for
God.
certain orcs, certain half orcs.
Just Troy Polamalu.
Anytime a breeze like rolls through the town, it's just like a shampoo commercial everywhere. So, as we're moving through the town, does everybody react to Florin and Llorkh and Sturge and Artemisia with like equal kind of friendliness?
So they don't seem quite as friendly. They're eyeing them, but they're not cold. They're not cold. They're just sort of like, oh, new people. If that makes sense. They're not like, strangers, but they're not like waving like, hey, how's it going? Like giving backslaps and stuff because they don't know them. They know you.
Hmm.
In this world, they've never been to Llorkh.
Hmm.
The
Well,
Githyanki. Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
The Githyanki leads you to a nice sized house, kind of near the center of town, that notably doesn't seem to have a roof. They knock on the door, and when no one answers right away, they open it and they go in. They're like, Stong,
Yes?
Like, other Stong? Sorry to interrupt, but we have guests. You might be expecting them? Some weird's going on, boss.
Hey, Stong, it's me, Other Stong. Hello?
You hear rustling inside, and you hear someone say, "Oh, come on."
Guys. Other me sounds really friendly.
So the Githyanki go in. You follow?
Yep.
What do we think, guys?
Yeah.
That is, I mean, we're already here. You're already saying it's me, Other Stong. We may as well.
All right. All right. Stong takes a little bit of spit. He like brushes back his hair. I don't know. It's weirdly, I'm oddly nervous to meet my other self. Did Artemisia and Flora, did you two also feel this way?
I thought he was going to kill all of us on sight. So, you know, it's a little different bit of a feel, I'll be honest.
Did you think that when you walked in, though?
Oh, yeah.
You didn't know he was the Xanathar. You still thought he was going to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
Because Artemisia is very much more sort of like, well, I wanted to be her, but I didn't, and like it was a lot. So, like, be prepared for that.
Oh, yeah. Well, what if he's much cooler than me? Stong looks at Florin.
Go.
Don't worry, I'll rub it. I'll be sure to rub it in.
Yeah, okay, we enter.
You go into the house. It is fairly large rooms. The one you walk into is obviously sort of a sitting area. It feels Stong. It definitely has a sort of homey vibe that reminds you of your childhood. There's definitely prominently draped throw skins on the furniture. A lot of sort of leather and woodwork. Low couches in the orcish style. And also you notice that it's been pretty beat up. Everything here has definitely gotten sort of slammed around a bunch. And from the back comes you. This is another song.
Hey there.
Hey there.
What does he like? Does he look exactly like me? Does he look better than me? Is he bigger than me?
Make me a perception check.
Okay.
In fact, if anybody wants to make a perception check,
Let's do it.
yeah.
15.
29.
16.
14.
14. Okay. Stong, Artemisia, and Florin. He looks exactly like Stong. His hair is just as big and luxurious. He's not wearing the red dragon armor. He's got sort of like a different kind of outfit on. I'm trying to remember what Stong wore before. But it would be even before that, because it wouldn't be a world where you had the crab armor. Yeah, he's got armor on. He's got like leather armor on. His stomach's sort of protruding a little bit because it doesn't fit perfectly around his shapely physique. His hands are burned, like your hands are burned. He looks exactly like you. Sturge, you looking a little closer, notice something. This dog looks like he's been through a little bit more. He's got more scars on him. In fact, he's got kind of a dark green patch here, like a bruise. Like something's hit him in the side of the face.
Recently.
Yeah.
I bet that's Mirabelle.
And he's like, oh, well, this is weird.
Yeah, you're telling me. But hey.
Do I look this handsome?
I mean, I was about to say the same thing. Oh.
You're not a doppelganger, right? You have to tell me if you're a doppelganger.
I was about to say the same thing to you. But hey, pineapple.
Pineapple. Well, I was just writing a song, but they said you had to come out here. And the Githyanki's like, also, once you're done with this, somebody's got to go deal with Mirabelle. It's like, oh, she's kind of rambunctious.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
That three-nager energy.
Oh, I mean, do you need a little help? I mean, I've even brought some people over from my realm who are extra good and experienced with her.
Well, that would be excellent. But I do have to ask a question. Where are you from? Because this isn't something I normally deal with.
Oh, I'm sorry. I should begin at the beginning. And then he recounts the tale of the stone mirror and their realm and Cecilia. And then he wants to quickly add, oh, who's your best friend in this realm?
Oh, I have so many best friends. Mirash, Chalek, Largak, can't forget Gukni or Odni. I'm friends with everybody.
Oh my goodness. That's a lot of friendship montages. Good for you.
You're telling me. That's basically my favorite thing. But
Hey.
your epic story is inspiring. I feel like it should be a song or like a whole rock opera.
Oh my god, maybe it's a song that the two of us can write together. We could do like
that's
a duet.
amazing.
Incredible.
That's fantastic. So you came here because you were sucked through that mirror.
Yes.
And you wanted to meet me. I'm so touched.
I mean, I of course wanted to meet you, but I gotta admit, it's business before pleasure. Like, we're here to get a key. Happen to know what that is.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of keys. There's a lot of buildings. There's a lot of doors. What does it?
I want to look at him real quick. Like, is there? Okay, I guess we already examined him, and only Sturge saw his physical difference. Is there anything else about him that Stong could mark as different? Like, is he carrying a weapon? Is he carrying musical instruments?
He is
Baby
not.
Bjorn?
But he does seem to be in his own house.
Mm.
So he mentioned he was in the back composing. They said he was composing right now. He said he was writing a song. So it might be that his instruments are there. His weapons are not on his person, but again, he seems to be in his own house. He does look, I mean, again, physically, you're very similar. He doesn't look like someone who isn't using his muscles. If like you said, he's working on a song, so you assume he's still a bard. You can't tell what's different about him, really. So what's the lie here? That's the question.
Yeah. But in the meantime, Stong is incredibly enthusiastic, offers to help with Mirabelle, and offers to write this song, later in the evening after we're done with our dad duties.
That's right. Children come first, and
Children
keys
come first.
So the key is something that connects us, something important to us. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's very important that this Stong does not touch it. Don't hand it to him.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just putting that out there.
Okay, I can handle that. You look uncomfortable, friend.
Was that directed to me?
To Sturge, sorry. Sturge looks like something is going on.
Sturge, what's wrong?
I had an epiphany, it's about I left the oven on back home.
Oh,
I'm sure.
Oh no!
I'm
you
sure
want us to rip the teleporter?
And Ferris will take care of it. But it just shocked me for a moment.
Whoa, that must have been really tough.
Are we on telepathic bond right now?
Yeah, let's just assume I always refresh it whenever it.
Okay.
Yeah, you said
because we're so used to being in each other's heads all the time. It's like we can't. It's weird to be all just in our own head.
Everything goes through the group chat.
I think I know what the lie is.
What is it?
It's not about you. It's about Mirabelle.
Oh.
You tell yourself Mirabelle is a certain thing.
My stepdaughter?
Okay, you haven't quite noticed this yet, but everyone's worried about Mirabelle, and your Stong has a big green bruise on his face. That's probably from Mirabelle. I'm thinking she's not just rambunctious, she's out of control. I think the lie might be about her.
Whoa.
We should-
Go ahead.
We should probably get moving to find out. Otherwise, we're all just standing here
Okay.
quietly while everyone stares at us.
Yeah, yeah.
I know, I'm thinking about what the key could be. I think you are too.
Yeah. And then through the telepathic links, Tom says, I mean, let's not be too hasty and make accusations before we form any sort of evidence. I mean, those are really strong things to say about Mirabelle, my beloved stepdaughter. I can't imagine even in the Shadow Realm that she would be that bad. Sigh. And then, in the primary, in person, Stong.
Yes, Stong.
Can I call you Stong number 1? Is that okay?
Well, I was gonna
Just
call
wanna
you
be clear.
Stong A. Can we do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
I love this. So, I think we've come a long way, and as much as I want to go see Mirabelle immediately, do you think there's somewhere where my friends and I could rest and just have a private room for ourselves? Because we think we
Oh.
might be here for a little while.
Yeah, I'd love to keep you. I'd love for you to stay here. That sounded weird the way I was saying it. I'd love for you to be my guests. In fact, it's open bar night tonight. You should perform.
Oh my God, yes! Are you gonna
I
perform?
think everybody would love that. Of course, always.
Oh, heck yeah. I can't wait to see what you got.
Well, if you want to, I can show you where the guest room is, and I can go deal with Mirabelle.
I think maybe we'll go to the guest room, and then if you could just give us a few moments, I'll come
Oh,
outside
okay.
and let you know. But 'cause
Okay,
just in case,
yeah.
we're extra tired.
That seems reasonable. Okay. He shows you. He takes you kind of to the back of the house. He does not take you upstairs where the missing roof is. And in the back here there is a couple of rooms with nice big windows and comfy beds. It's like you might have to double up. I don't have that many guest rooms.
Stong looks at between his friends. He looks at Artemisia, then Sturge, and then Artemisia, and then Florin, and then Florin, and then Sturge. And then he scratches his head and he says, "Are you sure we don't have one more bed?"
You can sleep on the sofa. Llorkh is like, I don't sleep for the record.
Yeah, I'll sleep on the sofa. That sounds great. Sofas are cool.
It's really comfy. Be careful. Sometimes Mirabelle loses things in the cushions, but
They're not daggers, are they?
no, she can't
Okay.
hold a dagger.
Okay.
How old is she?
3.
Oh.
She seems a lot older.
She's really good about keeping all her shivs on her. She never lost a
Wow.
single one.
Interesting. So you're from another world. You must also have a Mirabelle. I didn't
I
think about
do.
that.
Mm.
Maybe you have some parenting tips for me.
Oh boy, do I
I
ever.
love getting parenting tips from people. Everybody has a different idea of what's the best way to do it.
Exactly. And it's just, there's no universal correct way. It just all really depends on your individual child. You have to be good and open-minded and listen to their needs.
I agree. Scarecrow is always telling me I shouldn't give her so many gems, but I think that's important.
Oh my goodness, yes. The development, it's so good to encourage your child's interests.
This is such a wonderful experience. I'll let you get yourself settled. I'll be in my actually, you know what? I'm gonna go get my stuff. I'll be waiting by the door. And he leaves you to chat with each other.
Well, Shadow Me seems a great guy. What do you guys think? I trust him completely.
All right. Can I do an insight check? Can I tell a difference between these two guys?
Yeah.
Because I don't see one. Only a 17.
At the moment, it doesn't seem like there is a difference.
Yeah, we're gonna have to spend some more time here.
Well, Mirabelle, I mean, I don't remember, like, the Mirabelle I know didn't need, people to, like, send word across the town that she
Yeah.
was getting into trouble.
Yeah, and that's my thought. You might have left the.
I'm
Well-
just gonna remind you all
Yep.
that there have been times where Stong pointed Mirabelle and she their fire hands things. So she's very sweet, and that's the memory that sticks with the adorable children. She's also a little bit of terror.
Flora's gonna point out, well, Maribel, I don't know her in the real world, but she does exist.
That's
So
true.
She's not
unlike
Rian.
Artemisia's children who didn't exist and turned out to be stable demons, we don't know how shadows work with children.
Yeah,
Like
and
they might cast a shadow, or they may be influenced by other people's opinions of them because they don't have enough of one of themselves yet.
and the more I think of it, she isn't an extension of Stong. So the lie can't be about her. It could be about Stong number one's parenting. Could be a lie that Stong tells himself about his parenting abilities, or it could be Stong number one is a world stopper musician, which is what Stong A tells himself.
Stong,
And-
Wait,
which
I
isn't a
am a
lie.
world stopper musician, right?
Which isn't a lie. And you understand.
well, see that's the thing, is that I don't necessarily know if these have to do with like if it's a lie or if it's something we believe is a lie. Like, Stong, do you genuinely feel like you have ever told a big lie?
No, I don't think so. And that's the truth.
Okay.
So that
Ooh,
just
and you
makes
could
an
insight check
identical
him.
shadow.
Yeah,
Well-
actually, guys, make me an insight check really quick.
Yeah,
Actually, two. One for Stong and one for something that you've experienced already.
I was on the 20 and it rolled to a 2.
No.
17, 24.
All right, 22 for
Oh,
Stong,
that's the wrong.
and
No, it's the same modifier.
26 for whatever we might be thinking
Okay.
back to.
Nice.
What's
I rolled a
happening?
2 twice.
Wow, Trevor,
So I
you're
got
just like, this
9.
is so freaking unfair.
Oh yeah, he is seething. Well, go ahead and do the thing that
Okay,
you were gonna
so
say.
you got a 22 for Stong and you got a 26 for Stong. Stong, what do they get from you for those two?
The first one is about what Stong just said, right? Like that he's
Yeah.
never told.
Never told a big lie.
Yeah, and I think that he totally believes he's never told a big lie.
Okay, and then tell me the other numbers really quick.
26.
26?
24.
24. Okay, you do remember way back when you started this whole adventure and you met Calith's mom, and Calith was like, she's exactly the same. And the thought Calith had is that maybe her mom is always lying. Now, is that the case here? You don't know, but that is a possibility. That if the shadow that you experience is exactly the same as the person you know, it might be that everything is a lie.
Florin's gonna turn to Llorkh and say, you just kind of offhandedly mentioned one time that you can't lie,
I don't see
right?
the point.
Huh?
That's for demons. Demons are liars. The truth is
Okay.
much more convincing.
Okay, well, what I'm saying though is that if your real self, that wouldn't be a big enough lie to make you. So then
Uh-huh.
your real self couldn't lie either. So then how?
Maybe. Because maybe there's a difference. There's a difference between creating a fabrication and telling yourself something that's not true. We don't always know we're doing the second thing. Like I told you before, I suspect the real me is very convinced that he is in total control of his emotions at all times, because I am in total control of my emotions at all times, and that seems like the most logical way someone could lie about themselves, given other circumstances of my existence. So it doesn't always have to be a lie you know you're telling.
Well, that's gonna complicate things.
I suspect
I don't
it
see what the
is-
problem is here. He's going to give you the key and a place to sleep. Does it matter?
Well, sorry.
I mean, what's wrong, Sturge?
I don't know. I think we need to spend more time with this Stong.
I'll be honest, I'll put it into words. I think all of us are deeply suspicious of this going as well as it seems to be going. Because that has not been the experience that a lot of us have had, and we're very on edge about it.
Well, and we haven't seen this Mirabelle yet. What could she be the key to this? Well, God, don't touch her.
I mean, it's gonna be kind of hard to not hug her when I see her, but I get your
That would
point.
be interesting.
Do you have gloves? What gloves?
Don't. Most gloves don't fit me, but maybe I could find something to put around my mitts before I do.
Don't let her kiss you.
Oh, just take away all the joy from a stepdad's existence, why don't you? Okay.
Okay. I was going to say that is an interesting question. If a shadow can also be a key. Too bad Ilya is not here to pontificate.
I could do ascending.
You could do ascending. You could do ascending and say, hey, can a person be a key?
Yeah, I think, yeah, it's these 25 words. I'm going to burn a spell slot. You philosophize at me if it's
Okay.
bastard.
So if you call me fake, then you ask if I'm an object. This is rude. The key is the connection. It's not going to shit. He just realized he ran out of words.
Okay. Well,
So Lelia does not think a person from this world could be a key.
yeah. So it's okay.
Maybe that's through the filter of Ilya not wanting to think of himself that way, but he does seem pretty adamant.
Well, we should go see this Mirabelle and see how that goes.
Yeah, Florin, I can't wait for you to meet her.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
She's just the most adorable, sweetest little bundle of joy.
Okay.
Okay. So you go back out into the room that the entry sort of sitting space that you came into. And Stong A is there. He is carrying his so let's see. You have an instrument, you have a lute you play, right?
Yep.
So he's also got a lute. And he's carrying let's give him a double-bladed axe. So he's kind of like going out with his gear. So, are you ready?
Oh, I think so. I'm kind of
You look a little
nervous.
nervous. Oh,
I
I would be
am.
too. But don't worry, I'm sure she'll love you.
Hey, it won't be weird if I hug her, right? Because I miss my own so much.
Oh, I think it'll be okay. But watch out for her teeth.
Oh yeah, I always do.
That's good. That's good. Okay. Well, Llorkh says that she's over on the west side of the city.
Just follow the smoke.
Sometimes. Okay, so he leads you out into Llorkh. Once again, you move through this city, and it is backwards from how you expect. And he takes you kind of out to the edge, and it's actually not too far from the tavern that you guys first met in. But there is a big difference here, which is that where the tavern is, there is a giant gold dragon sort of looped over the top of it.
Dragon.
And it's got its kind of claws down on a huge silvery creature that looks like a rhinoceros that shines like the moon. Like a
Is there
moon
something
rhino.
I could roll to see if I know anything about the rhinoceros creature?
Sure.
Same. What would it be? Arcana or
Yes. Give me an Arcana check.
20.
15.
You dimly remember someone promising to put a moon rhino in an adventure. So you're pretty sure this is a moon rhino.
Okay.
Artemisia is going to say in Draconic to the dragon, hail and well met. What do you have there?
The dragon looks at you and like leans in and goes, I'm a dragon! And
Yes.
Stong goes, yes, you are, sweetie. You need to let Amalthea up. She doesn't want to play right now.
Guys,
And the gold dragon.
I recognize her anywhere in her form. Guys.
Is this Maribel?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
The-
I'm glad I didn't ask her about halal before she spoke. That would have been embarrassing.
So she kind of snorts and like smoke comes out of her nostrils. And Stong goes, oh, none of that, young lady. She picks up like the claws of one hand, but she keeps the other one down on the struggling moon rhino.
My God, her claws are so big, guys. She's growing so fast.
Ford leads over to Sturge and goes, what is she a dragon in the real world? Did I miss that part?
She apparently can polymorph in this world.
Oh, okay. I just thought, okay. Oh, that makes more sense. Okay.
Imagine.
Artemisia
Oh.
is going to use her wings to take off and sort of like try to draw Maribel's attention upwards, so maybe she loosens her claws.
So Mirabelle kind of scowls at you, and you see her tail kind of swing towards you. Before it can hit, though, Stong jumps up and takes the hit, and gets knocked to the ground. He's like, "Oh, sorry, she's kind of rough. Mirabelle, these are friends. Look, I brought you another Stong, another dad.
Hey! What's up, Mirabelle?
Don't worry, I won't let her hurt you."
Oh, it's okay. My Mirabelle's a little rough with me sometimes too. It's just hard to
Yours-
play.
Everybody looks at him.
Do you have problems with the fire breath?
Oh yeah, all the time.
I put fire on everything.
Yep. Oh,
Sturge just wound up like a spring ready to bolt.
Stong is going to like approach her like slowly with his arms widespread.
She
Hey.
like leans down her giant head and looks at you. You are daddy?
I'm kind of like an uncle from another plane who's just like your dad. We're kind of like twins, but we're not exactly the same.
Twin daddy?
Yeah.
She looks over you at her dad, like lying. He says, "Oh, he's really me from another world. He has a Mirabelle too."
I do. But mine, she's really small and tiefling-like.
Like a squisher.
She would let you try, but I think she would have some very, very fiery rebuttals against that.
Does she like candy?
Mm-hmm.
I get candy sometimes. And she looks really significantly at her Stong. And he says, "You can't have candy until after you've had your lunch." And she kind of crouches down.
Like Stong is going to go to her and like lean down and whisper like near her ear, I can't give you any candy, but do you like honey?
Is it sweet honey?
Oh yeah. Do
Can
you
I
want
have the
some
honey?
sweet honey?
Yes, please.
All right, but don't tell your dad, okay?
It's a secret.
So Stong
I have a
takes
secret.
his just after her dad. Stong takes his alchemy jug and he's gonna like pour behind him like some honey into her mouth, but he's gonna try to use his bulk to block the view of everybody else.
While you're feeding her the honey, she's distracted, and the moon rhino, Amalthea, gets out and tears off.
So Stong 1 is Mirabelle always like this, or is she sometimes have other shapes?
Well, she's been a dragon as long as I remember.
Huh.
Really?
Yeah. Some bards are a little fuzzy. I don't know how I pulled a dragon out of an abyssal portal, but I definitely have a dragon for a daughter.
Do we have the telepathic link set up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Artemisia is going to say, remember Ilya said that people change. So Mirabelle must have changed into being a dragon at some point.
Does Mirabelle lie about being a dragon?
Make me an insight check real quick.
I mean, it's higher than 2. 14 total.
14 lets you remember that Ilya did say at one point, kids in this world are weird.
Oh, that's right.
Because kids tell weird lies.
Forgot that. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't be. That's the and they just can't. Yeah, okay.
And Stong, if you really dig back, you can probably remember a period of time where Mirabelle insisted she was a dragon.
Yeah, she was always eating and going, but they actually breathing fire out and like burning down half of our apartment.
And perhaps it's mildly comforting to know that while she's been with Shiny, she has not topped this. Maybe Shiny's had an easy time with her.
Oh, interesting. Stong number 1.
Yeah.
Do you know a Shiny?
Well,
Adrian?
Yeah.
Paladin? Is he here also?
No, he's been gone for a while.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure he'll be back.
Oh, so did he stick you with this Mirabelle? And he raised her for a few years by himself, and then he gave her to you to foster?
No. We both found her. We both were going to watch her. He had a quest. And he
He's
went on the
always got a
quest.
quest.
The quest is the most important thing to him.
Yeah,
There's
no, I
nothing
know
more
it.
important than the quest.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I think Stong's gonna put away the alchemy jug. He's gonna pat Mirabelle. Boy, I'm really not sure what the key could be, guys. Like he thinks in the telepathic link.
What could be?
The key.
The key.
Maybe your loot? What do you have like a strong connection to?
Well, definitely my music. Also my Orcish heritage and Orcish culture. Like
What
when I
if
first
you-
set out from my tribe, my whole goal was to go out and spread that culture and share that music with the world.
So why is this one staying in one place? Like, was that your plan? I thought like that sounds like you'd be traveling.
I don't know. Excuse me, Stong number 1.
Yes, Stong, eh?
Was there ever a period of time where you too wanted to travel the world and share Orcish culture and music with everyone?
Of course.
And what happened?
Well, I found Mirabelle.
Here in
And it's
Llorkh?
hard to travel. Yeah. And then I found if I performed, people came to me.
Well, not just people, though. What about these
Well-
monsters?
I think of them as people too.
Oh my god. You truly are star number 1.
Aw. Hey, do you think that could be the key?
You mean
That, I don't know. Maybe you had a different experience than me. I don't want to jump to conclusions. But did you find that Orcish music in those ruins outside the murder bear camp?
I did? That's what set me off on this whole
Me too.
My goodness, yeah, I studied those sheets until my eyes were bleary.
Too.
Oh my goodness. Wait, so where's the sheet now?
Well, it's in my house.
Oh my goodness, can we go see it?
Oh, of
Don't
course.
touch
I'd be
it. Don't-
pleased to share it.
Don't touch it. Don't
Okay,
touch it.
okay. I promise. Okay, Mirabelle. Here's a little bit more honey. Please be good. And your uncle will come back and tell you stories about your own twin Mirabelle from the other realm. But only if you're good.
Very tiny, like a baby.
Yeah, like a tiny tiefling baby that I carried on my chest in a little Bjorn.
Tinier than you even.
Oh, tinier than me. Yeah.
Did she have to take naps?
Oh, she loved napping.
I don't like naps.
Well, maybe if you too sat at a little baby Bjorn and were carried, you would like them a little more. Do you want to try it?
So the dragon reaches its claw in and tries to stick its paw on the baby Bjorn. And then takes
I
his
was
other one
thinking.
and sticks his paw on the baby Bjorn.
I was going to offer to polymorph her.
Okay.
Think of any animal that you want to be besides a gold dragon.
Any animal I want to be besides a gold dragon, okay?
Wait, how much
Okay.
do I know about gold dragons?
I don't know. How much do you know about dragons?
So like Yang Yang knows a bit about gold dragons, but like what does Stong
Stong
know?
is the iPhone of the realms, so I assume that you know things about gold dragons.
Okay, I mean I'm just rolling nature. This is 33. So
I'm also gonna believe that Mirabelle going through a phase where she kept insisting she were a gold dragon, the kind of father Stong is, I think you learned gold dragon facts to assist it in the play.
nice. Okay. So Stong's gonna say, Mirabelle, if you just reached inside of yourself and thought about it, maybe you could turn yourself into your favorite animal. You could turn yourself into anything you want to be.
Hey,
Stong, as long as it's not something worse.
it doesn't work.
It doesn't work? Well, maybe you need a little bit of inspiration. Stong's gonna play her one of the lullabies that she loved as a kid, and then he's gonna burn his bardic inspiration to try to
To convince her to do her own polymorphing.
Mm-hmm. Because I think that's something gold dragons do. But
So in 5e they don't seem to do it.
oh,
For the
okay.
record.
Oh, okay. Then I'm.
And
then
also
off.
I'm gonna oh wait, no, there it is. I'm sorry, I missed it. So here's the other thing. I'm like, Mirabelle is still 3. So part of me is like, I don't know what she can actually do. So let me do a roll. And you're giving her bardic inspiration on this.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see if she can manage it. Okay, what's the bardic inspiration? Is it a D8? Yeah.
I think for me it is now 1d12.
Ooh, fancy time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so she's gotten 21. Okay, now here's the part where it's a little troublesome because I was like, what would Mirabelle, the 3-year-old ancient gold dragon, want to be? And so I feel like, but it has to be a beast.
Mm-hmm.
It can't just be anything. Although part of me is like, whatever, the rules here don't work like anything else. Because I think this 3-year-old was like, I'm gonna be a Tawask.
Yeah.
And so, she's not gonna be a Tarask. So, okay, what's like a Tarask? My first thought is that suddenly she shrinks down very tiny, and becomes a very angry looking cricket.
Okay. Oh my God, Mirabelle, that's so good! You did it! You did it! Look
She
how tiny
changes
you
back,
are.
and she's like, no, I was supposed to be bigger.
Well, I mean, you can't be here and ride in the Bjorn. It'd be a little bigger than the cricket. Have you
Okay,
considered
what's
like
bigger
a
than a
kitten?
cricket?
Do you like
No.
kittens?
No.
Do you like baby bear cubs?
Part of me is like, I've just had this conversation with the child for so much that I'm like, she's just gonna keep saying no, man. You got to give her a choice between two things, so she has to pick something.
Uh,
Fun fact: with toddlers, if you ask them yes or no question, they will take the no because it gives them some sense of power. So you really have to give them two options so that they pick one of them: a baby bear cub or a kitten.
Yeah.
I'll be a bear cub.
And
I mean,
she scrunches her eyes and
prove
she
it.
turns into a little black bear cub.
Stong wants to like pick her up and like whirl her around and like place her in the baby Bjorn, like with her facing out.
She's like got her little paws sticking out, like kind of frozen. Stong A is like, that's amazing. Never been able to get her to do that.
Hey, you know what? You could have this jug, and in the future, you know, you could have this Bjorn, and you two can also have this experience.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. In fact, like Stong A takes off the Bjorn and fastens it around like Stong 1.
Aw.
He's like, just walk with a rhythm, but walk gently.
So as you go to do that, the shining white rhino comes around again and is sort of racing toward well, actually, no. 1, 2, 3. Artemisia. Once again, you're in the path of the monsters. And you see Stong A sort of whip towards it, and jump in front and shove Artemisia out of the way, and get hit by the rhino, who he's kind of trying to brace against. And it's sort of tossing its head. He's like, Amalthea, calm down. It's not playtime.
Telekinesis on. I have to do some kind of roll for something that doesn't want to be telekinesis, right?
Okay. I think so.
Let me check. I didn't have it lined up. Much of Artemisia probably was like, what is happening? It says, try to move a huge or smaller ability
Mhm.
check with your spellcasting ability contested by this creature's strength check.
Okie doke.
So.
Oh yeah, you did it. I rolled.
Oh no, that's my save, not my ability check. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. I rolled a 1.
Okay then.
Nice.
Okay, so the rhino is lifted up and it's kicking its feet. It does sort of have this like kind of gleaming surface, almost like a tiny moon. And Stong A kind of lands and he's like, oh, you didn't need to do that. I gotcha.
Stong, do
We're
you do
friends.
this for everybody? Like just hurt yourself?
Well, it's part of being a friend.
I did see him give the nod to the rhino.
I give the nod to a lot of people. That's how they know I'm their friend.
But you can't do that for everybody.
But I do.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Because I'm friends with everybody.
I think Artemisia is having a little sort of like epiphany thing going on.
Yeah, he's clearly okay.
So
I mean, I might have dislocated my shoulder, but that happens.
Yeah, but, you know, we heal fast.
So she's gonna look at the rhino and be like, can I put you down? I'm gonna put you down.
Oh,
Don't-
she doesn't speak common. Just kind of put her over there. She'll get out in the field for a little bit, work it out.
Okay, she'll put the rhino at the very edge of her range and then put it down on its feet, facing the other way.
Yeah, it kind of takes off. The little bear in the Bjorn is like,
She needs a nap.
sage nod.
Mm.
Oh, come on, let's go find your key. And then later we can do open bar night.
I can't wait. But yeah, business first. Let's see the key.
All right, so you go back to Stong's house, and he takes you into his back office. And here there are pages and pages of songs that are in the process of being written. There are sort of stacks of books and interesting artifacts. Like this Stong, like your Stong, is very curious about the world. And he sort of takes down a case. And he opens it, and inside you see Stong. What does he see? What is the ancient Orcish music that you found look like?
So you see a few pages of what looks to be like very dirty ancient vellum. So it's very like smooth. It's got like a shiny surface. Etched into it, this vellum is like very like light impressions of musical notes, like a musical score and like notes. It looks like next to it are sheets of paper that have like traced over it or like reproduce like the musical score. And there appear to be like different drafts, like multiple different drafts. Like you see the same chart, but with the notes that you can clearly see on the vellum filled in, and then like other notes filled in between where he like guessed the way the melody went. And finally there's one that's like that seems like it's like the final draft, like the one that he settled on, that is the restored piece of music.
First work, our first work.
It really
Although
brings me back.
I'm curious if we made the same decision. Some of this,
you just have to follow your heart.
You do. I mean, I would have done it a little differently here, but I could see the merits of the way that you did it too.
Well, maybe later you could tell me how you did it, because I'm very curious. But do you think this
Absolutely.
is what you're looking for?
Well, how
Get the key
do
vibe?
you know?
Well, I don't know.
Artemisia.
It's the first I've ever heard of this.
Artemisia? Florin? How did you tell?
It's the vibe. You're muted.
Yeah, you do remember the experiments with Ilya of touching other people's keys, touching the mask, and kind of being able to tell like there's something off about this, something that feels like it's pulling you somewhere else. So who's
So-
going to touch the paper?
Artemisia will try touching.
Okay. Now here's the question I have for you, Stong. You know in your heart, which of these is the thing that connects you most to yourself? Is it the original? Is it the artifact? Or is it the final? Is it the notes where you were working through it and finding your way as a bard?
Yeah,
Which
I
of
think it's the
these?
notes.
The notes. So Artemisia, when you touch that one, you feel that strange pull that tells you this is not just a piece of paper. This is Stong's key.
So she's gonna pick them up carefully and sort of, roll them into a little bit of a tube.
Oh, do you need
Um,
a case for it?
Yeah, if you have one. And then
Oh,
like
yeah.
it won't get hurt. I don't know if we can return it. Sorry, Stong.
You know, I'm sorry to see it go. It was an important part of my life. But it sounds like it's got a more important job now. Helping you get back home to your Mirabelle, your world, and your friends. He
Golly,
gets you a scroll case.
thanks, Stong One.
No,
Boy.
Stong, eh?
You're just such a nice guy. I'm just so glad that you weren't anything like the way that like some of the past shadows that we've encountered. And Stong quickly looks at Florin.
Artemisia is gonna hold
I'm
the
sorry,
case.
Trevor.
I'm living for it.
She's gonna hold the case close, and she's gonna come over to Stonge and say, so we can discuss it in the bond, but I don't. And she's gonna look at Florin. I don't know if you want your like personal business, like everybody hearing it. I mean, obviously Sturge will overhear, but I think I noticed something about Stong 1 that like makes kind of sense.
Well, I mean, like to think I'm an open book with everyone, so I don't mind if everyone else hears.
And so she's gonna speak in the telepathic bond and sort of be like, oh hey,
Oh.
Stong 1, we're gonna you know, discuss.
Brush it up for the open bard night.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
I
That's
get it.
right.
I need to go check the stage and make sure that those orcs aren't being rowdy. Sometimes they like to have wrestling matches on the stage. Sometimes I like to play wrestling matches on the stage. So
Oh
we
my
need that
God.
space.
This is the best place. Guys, can we just stay here?
Yes,
Well,
my kind of place, Stong.
Okay, so he
Um,
leaves. So
yeah.
you are on. He lets you out of his office. He's fine with you being in his space. There's a little bit of understanding. You probably don't want to be left here. So he sort of like takes you out and points you back to the room, and then goes off to prep for his open bard night.
So I think Artemisia will do it verbally rather than telepathically because it just seems like it comes more easily to her. And she sort of doesn't look at Florin like maybe she's sort of editing him out of sort of like who she thinks is here. So she's just speaking to Stong and then a little bit to Sturge. And
Is
she's gonna say,
Vorkin in the room with you? Is my other question. Or have you kind of like said, stand over there and close the door?
We
I
have the
think,
telepathic bond. We don't have to.
yeah, I suppose.
You
I
can
mean-
also, I mean, but
I mean,
okay, yeah.
Because I think that Artemisia is like trying real hard, and so I think that might come out in that she's like, Llorkh, get out. We need privacy.
Direct. I like it. But he leaves.
That's all I got left. So Sturge, do you remember that time where Stong like really got hit with my lightning and he was like, no, whatever you need to do?
Yes.
And like, but I told him to not do that anymore because you can go too far with that. But like, I think we just saw what happens when you go too far with that. Am I wrong? Like, did people not see that? Like, it's just taken way too many hits.
What are you referring to?
Stong 1.
Yes.
He took Mirabelle's tail for me. He doesn't even know me. And he took the rhino again for me. I feel kind of bad. Like he doesn't even know me yet.
This is what our Stong would do as well.
Yeah, this is just what Stongs do. And he didn't seem like critically injured, right?
What's your concern, Artemisia? Are you suspicious of something?
No, I mean, I guess. So Stong, like, if somebody you just met, like not us, but if you just met somebody like that rhino out there, like if that rhino was gonna like fall off a cliff or something, would you like hurt yourself to save it?
Would Stong hurt himself to save it?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. And you heard the other Stong, right? Like Stong number 1 said that it was like his friend. So it's not just about you being hit by the rhino, but he probably didn't want his friend harming somebody else accidentally,
Is Stong in the room with us, or is this just telepathic?
Stong
he's in the room.
1 is not in the room. Stong
No,
A
I mean,
is in the room.
Our Stong.
Your Stong is in the room.
Um,
It is the 4 of you.
Yeah.
So you're feeling guilty is one thing, but I need you to be clear. Are you concerned that there is some evidence of ill will or conniving in
No, it's Sturge. No. I I'm Stong, I'm worried about you. I hope
Me?
you're not the same as him.
I mean, I think he's pretty great. I mean, in fact, don't we want him when we're fighting the White Lady? Because he'll just throw himself in front of us and take all the hits, right?
But you can't throw yourself away. Like, you have to protect yourself a little bit too.
Well, I mean, I survived death once, and I feel better than ever. And you know, I feel like I've learned a lot through the years, and I prepared a lot through the years. So my durability hasn't really been tested yet, to be honest.
Stong, you
You are just
you
sassy tonight.
this is just an assumption because I haven't been here for very long, but have you learned that all with these people, with this group in Westgate?
I have, yeah.
That
I
Stong
also-
doesn't have them.
Yeah, but I also learned it on my journeys immediately outside of my orc camp.
I think what Mia's saying is that this Stong doesn't know the things that you know because they, I mean, to be frank, haven't had the amazing group of people that you've been traveling with. So this Stong might be overdoing it.
Yeah, he's really overdoing it. Like, he thinks that he has to.
You know, do you think I could teach him something or another? You know, a few of the magical tricks that I've picked up throughout the years so that he could better weather all of the damage.
I cannot believe this, but yeah, I think in this situation we might need to help the shadow instead of the other way around. Especially so it can continue to take care of what apparently is a giant gold dragon of a daughter.
I mean, the rest of this town's pretty nice too. You know, you got a place where dragons and rhinos and giants and Githyanki and people are all coexisting. I'm rather jealous that he gets to live in a place like this.
Well, I mean, I'm sad that you think he's better this way. Because it's better for other people, but it's not necessarily better for him.
Well, I suppose it's worth questioning further.
Tell you what, how about we go to this open barred night and just keep an eye out for that. Keep that in the back of your head while you observe Stong 1. And see what you come to.
You know, would you guys mind staying here a little bit longer than just tonight? It seems like we've had a lot of peril and a little bit of drama. He's saying, like, looking out the window. And I feel like we could all just use a change of scenery and a little bit of space just to relax and enjoy and experience something new, like maybe a fun, nice side to the Shadow Realm.
That does
Stong.
sound lovely. I do want to remind all of us that staple demons could literally be around the corner at any moment, so let's maybe not drop our full guard.
And do we really want to risk bringing them here to your Stong?
That's a whole other question in itself.
I mean, they'll promptly be eaten by a young dragon. So there is that.
We got the key, but we didn't get any information. So
True.
maybe we should stay to sort of pursue the information a little bit. And it's pretty clear to anybody like watching Artemisia's body language and the way she sort of looks at Stong that she's hoping Stong might also have some realizations if she like keeps him here long enough. So
I think Stone does not pick that up because he's just like excited for you. He's like, Artemisia, there's dragons that you can hang out with. You could be a dragon aunt to a dragon niece. And Sturge, Florin, I could polymorph one of you into like another form if you want. If you want to hang out with giants as a giant or a moon rhino as a moon rhino.
I'm all set. I'm good.
I think I'm all right.
Well, suit
Muted.
yourself.
Watch.
Oh,
I
you're
think
not.
I'm all right.
Sorry, I thought you were. I thought you. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, just my voice is going. I will watch to make sure you can enjoy yourselves without worry. And if the staple demons come, Artemisia and I, Florin, will see them, and we'll be ready. In the meantime, we'll see what this new Stong has to show us.
Well, all right. Let's get ready to party.
I think that's a wonderful place to stop. I've been your DM, Aaron M. Evans. You can follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky at Aaron M. Evans. You can join me on this channel with Yang Yang for a concentration check every Monday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific. You can also join me with Trevor and B. Dave Walters on our podcast, Writing About Dragons and Shit. If you want some advice about writing, we've got so much, you guys. As I mentioned at the top, it's been 1 year anniversary of the release of Empire of Exiles. If you haven't gotten a copy of my pseudo locked room mystery epic fantasy, it is out and available, and I think quite delightful. If you have, remember to pre-order Relics of Ruin for some more spooky skeleton mystery and Tanook. It comes out in April. And don't forget to check out our sponsors, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms at idlechampions.com.
I've been Rhiannon Held. Thank you tonight to our moderators that I did not open the thing to see who they are tonight. Mardug, Rempus Imperator, if Feldrine was here earlier, and check out my books, my urban fantasy series, the Silver series, Anthropological Werewolves, under RZ Held, my space opera series, Carbon Composite Wings, and like Nanites and Cool Adventure and Romance, and they're novellas, so you can get the first one just bite size. I'll put a link in the chat in a moment. And I will be at Oricon, which is in Portland, Oregon, and I don't know that the probabilities are on the side of anybody being there, but if you're there, I will be there, so come say hi.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Yang Wang. You should come join our Discord. Type in !Discord into the chat to get an invite to come hang out with us in our community. We are a super cool group of chill folks. We talk all the good things like books, movies, games, etc. And you can find out more about activities such as Oricon or like the pre-release for Aaron's book. We're also doing a number of giveaways after our Extra Life campaign ends. We've unlocked milestones for 5 copies of Relics of Ruin.
Nope,
and...
Empire of Exiles.
Oh, sorry.
I don't have copies of Relics of Ruin yet.
Yeah, 5 copies of Empire of Exiles and a $100 gift certificate to feednice.com. And if we manage to hit 3,000 by the end of this week, which is just 500 more, I think, we will unlock a giveaway where we're going to give away 1 copy of books from either the Dungeon Scrawlers, and we're going to give away 4 $25 gift cards from Norse Foundry. So, look for that. And on Mondays, we have a new stream. It is Quadrilateral, which is a Star Wars campaign. It is only going to be 4 episodes. episode 1 just premiered a few days ago, and so you can catch up with that like on our Twitch or on our YouTube, and look for episode 2 coming out next Monday.
Cool. And yeah, I've heard Yang raves about that, so check it out. I'm Stephen Merlino. I write epic fantasy, sword and sorcery, and right now my first novel, The Jack of Souls, is free on Amazon. The Jack of Ruin is also there. In it, you'll find immortal horses, their tyrannical riders, and a cursed rogue who dabbles in forbidden magic to make it all stop. My current writing project is a D&D campaign I'm calling The Affairs of Wizards, currently in playtest, but which will run on this channel in January or February.
And I'm Trevor Best. I'm the writer of Isle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. You can follow me on all the dystopian social medias at the Trevor. There's an A hiding in there.
2 quick things. Monk of Greyhawks, thank you so much for the gift subs. You're fantastic. Trevor Rumpus wants to know if you'll add your trunk novel to the
Oh god, we'll talk about that later. Right
Get to
now, if I had a
5,000.
Magic 8 Ball, it said all signs point to no, but we'll see what
That's it.
happens.
If we get to 5,000 by the end of the week, we'll all throw a trunk novel. How about that? How about that? But for now, Rhiannon,
Until next time, may your rolls and your word count for NaNoWriMo be equally high.